What is up, everyone? Welcome to another vlog. It's been a hot minute. I actually just filmed a grocery haul of all the groceries we got. If you want to see that video, I will link it down in the description box. We needed a lot of like fruits, produce, those kinds of things, snacks, milk, eggs, but I only needed ingredients for a couple of dinners because we have HelloFresh coming later this week. Well, actually, technically it's in like 5 days. So that's perfect because then I don't need to worry about groceries for that, and we'll be set on dinners for a while. So speaking of HelloFresh, a portion of this video is very kindly sponsored by HelloFresh. We'll talk about that later in the vlog. My goal right now, I need to get all of this put away, and I've got a little bit of work to get done here around the house before picking up Genevieve, and we are gonna, actually tonight's dinner, we're doing like a classic spaghetti dinner because Tyler is running a full marathon tomorrow. He's been training for it. So we figure we'll just do the classic all-American spaghetti dinner. I don't know, would it be all Italian? I'm not sure if it's really Italian. I mean, I know spaghetti is, but I feel like, you know, the American version is nowhere near as good as what an actual Italian person would make. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Okay, anyway, that's all. That's what's going on in my neck of the woods. I feel like I cannot stress enough how relieved I feel. This room is a mess. Why is this even a mess? No one's ever in here. Anyway, how relieved I feel having you guys know our little secret that we are expecting our second baby. If you're hearing this and you're like, wait, what? I will link the video where we share all. But it was weirdly hard, especially since I do share a lot of my life and I do vlog and stuff. It was weirdly hard to like keep that secret. And I feel like we're friends, and that may sound dumb to some of you, I don't know, but I do feel like we're friends. And so it felt wrong to have kept that secret, but also I knew, you know, it's worth waiting. I want to make sure everything's good. We had plenty of issues in our first pregnancy, and so I was just like, I just don't want to risk telling a ton of people. And if you want to hear more about that, especially if you're someone that like maybe you've found my channel after, like way after I had our first kiddo, like 3 years ago. Oh my gosh. She's like 3.5. Oh my gosh. But if you want to hear more about that, I'll link. Like I said, that video where we share about this, I talk a lot about what happened in that first one. But yeah, we're just so thankful, and I feel like we're getting, see, now I'm getting emotional. My goodness, we're so early in this vlog to get emotional, Jessica. I just feel very thankful, and I feel like we're hitting a point, at least in this pregnancy, just a little piece of zen, you know what I mean? Like, I'm finally feeling better. I had a kind of rough first trimester, very different than my first pregnancy. So getting through that and feeling more like myself, having energy back, but also just like getting to that point where we're like, oh my gosh, like this is happening. This is so exciting. And very soon we're gonna find out the gender, and we will share that with you guys. Yeah, I'm just ecstatic. I'm excited to know what it is, and I am planning on doing like a pregnancy update of like the first 20 weeks basically, and just sharing everything, all the symptoms I felt. And I know that's not necessarily gonna be a video for everyone. Like, I don't even know that I myself would be interested in it if I weren't pregnant or weren't trying. But I watched a lot of those videos when we were trying, because we were trying for a while, because I would think certain symptoms were it and then they weren't, you know. And so I'd watch a lot of those videos just to see like, well, what were some of those early pregnancy symptoms? And then what was it like after, and all that stuff. But then I caught myself watching more of these kinds of videos in my first trimester when I was feeling really crummy, to be like, okay, is this normal? Should I be feeling this symptom, blah, blah, blah. And just to see what other people's experiences were like. And this is coming from someone that has done this before, you know what I mean? But you just forget, you forget so much. Anyways, enough talk about that right now. I need to get my stuff together. It is 2:43. I'm picking little Miss Genevieve up here in a couple hours. And where Tyler is running the marathon is actually near where our apartment for work is. And so we're gonna try to spend the night there because it's such an early morning, and finding parking down in that area is really, really hard. So we figure if we're in for the night, Genevieve with me, she and I and some friends are gonna go cheer him on early in the morning. Like, I'm talking early, y'all. So we figured that'd be fun. So we're gonna try to make our dinner there and all of that, and that's just gonna be a little adventure. It's like a little mini vacation. Probably gonna be more work than it's worth, but that's what we're doing. So we'll see how that goes. And I'm excited for him to run this marathon. He's been training pretty well for it, and I think he knows he can do it. It's just gonna be cold. I got some of those hand warmers that you can like have in your hands, because when he's waiting at the starting line, it is gonna be so frigid, so frigid. And we did go to Goodwill. This is something I did not know about like marathons and stuff like that until he started doing them. that a lot of people will just throw their clothes off, like their warm layers, as they are running. And so if you look all along the track of a half marathon or full marathon is clothing. And they typically have people working for the marathon that go around and pick it all up at the end, and I'm pretty sure they donate it. So what we did this time is we went to Goodwill, and Tyler grabbed gloves, a hat, a sweatshirt, things he knew he wouldn't need to keep that were pretty, a couple bucks, that he can have on for those warm layers but then take off. Because the last thing you want to do is once you start to warm up and the weather warms up a bit, you have to run 26 miles carrying around a hat and gloves and a sweatshirt. So that it works out really well. And yeah, so that's what we did. And hopefully he'll be warm with all of his layers. I really hope he is. But yeah, so I'll check in later. Oh, also, if you guys are not doing this in the winter time, I'm not gonna do it here in the kitchen. I'm gonna go up to my bathroom. But these sinus rinses, you buy the bottle and it comes with a ton of like little packets of like their saline mixture, whatever. You put it in there for each one, use super clean water, and you literally squirt it through your nose and it comes out the other side, and then you do it from the other way. Y'all, it not only helps clear things out, but it moisturizes those passages, because I am very, very prone, and I know a lot of you guys are too, because you are always commenting it every time I mention it too, to like having that tension there or like congestion, headaches and stuff. And this helps me so much. I do it like 2 or 3 times a week. If you're sick or going through allergies, you can do it like morning and night, a couple times a day. But yeah, I just do it 2 or 3 times a week, and it helps so much with those headaches I would typically get, keeps everything moisturized, and then I still sleep with the humidifier at night. I feel like these are the important things we should all be talking about, because it's one of those things that when you become an adult, you don't know, like humidifiers really do help, and like nasal rinses are totally awesome. Like nobody told me. So I'll be your big sister telling you, or little sister. I don't know how old you are, but anyway, that's all. So I'm gonna go do that, and I know this little bit of congestion, it's not even congestion, it's like pressure. You know what I mean? I know the second I do this, it's gonna feel better. It's a miracle worker. Got some coffee. We're about to head that way. It's cool too. I know this is so blurry, but it's cool too because you can hear like where they're starting the race, like all throughout the downtown area, which is really, really neat. And Pinocchio's with us too. Also, it's not as cold as I thought it would be, which is awesome. Like I have a feeling we'll all be peeling off some layers. Pinocchio, it's all right, but we're gonna get up in a bit. But we're waiting on some friends to meet up with us here in a second. We're gonna walk down together. Tyler, hi. What's up? Different day. Totally different day. Like days have passed. But I'm like half dressed. I wanted to show you these. These are these pajama pants I got at Kohl's. And they're called like, I'm gonna butcher the name, but like world's comfiest PJ pants, or like that's literally what like they're called at Kohl's. They're not maternity, they're just like regular, and I got medium, so I just sized up once. These are the comfiest pajama pants, they're not lying. I bought them in store, but I'm sure you can get them online, so I'll link it below. I may be buying another pair like in a different color. They're so comfy, you guys. I wish I could describe to you how comfortable they are. They're like lightweight, but still warm enough, and like there's pockets, which is nice. They're not tight at the waist, like they're super, super stretchy, and they're not too long. The ones I love from Target are long, which is great, except for I keep ripping the bottoms of them because I step on them, and you know what I mean? So these are kind of a nice, I would say if you're taller, maybe go for the Target one. So I'll link those too, but yeah, super comfy. So another recent purchase I made were these booties. They're from the brand Nautica, and I got them on Amazon for like $35-ish. And they're really new. Like I said, I literally just got them, but I made a huge mistake and wore these to like a bonfire, and they got so muddy, but they cleaned up so well just with a washcloth and water. I couldn't believe it. So kudos to that. I'll link these because they're super comfy too. Like day one of wearing them and no blisters, and I was wearing them like all day, and I was on my feet all day too. But one thing I desperately need to do is go through my like tote of maternity clothes. They're from my last pregnancy a couple years ago, and I would say like half of it, if not more than half, were hand-me-downs from friends, family, and stuff. But I was thinking, and I was like, I'd like to get some new stuff, like just some new stuff this year. Some of it has definitely seen better days. Like I know I had a lot of like pairs of pants, but a lot of those were old, and I was kind of glancing at them the other day, and I'm like, I could use like a new pair of maternity jeans with like the stretchy, you know, over the belly thing. We'll see, because basically my uniform lately has been leggings, like just regular leggings, a looser regular top, and then like a cardigan or a jean jacket. So I'm definitely getting to the point where I need to start wearing maternity clothes for real. So I definitely need to go through that. I don't know why I keep putting it off. just need to do it. I know why. It's in my old filming room, which is the room we're switching Gigi to, and that room is such a mess. I've just got to tackle that this week. I just have to, because it's getting to the point where I'm like, we really need to start moving her, because there's a little bit of furniture we need to buy, because most of the furniture that's in Genevieve's room now is gonna stay for the baby. Like the dresser is attached to the wall, we're leaving that. The like changing table bookshelf thing is attached to the wall, we're leaving that. And then the crib will go back in there, and her bed, of course, will go in her room. So lots of moving parts. I was telling Tyler the other day, I was like, kind of having a little bit of a, just a moment, because I was like, I just feel like there are so many moving parts and so many projects we need to get done in the next, 20-ish weeks. It just gets overwhelming, you know what I mean? And it's stuff that when you look at all of it at the same time, you're like, we're not gonna be able to do it. Like, there's no way. But I just need to take a minute and be like, okay, one project at a time. So like, first project I can tackle, I can definitely tackle the maternity clothes. That is something that is not that hard. And then I can check that off my list and move on to the next one, All right, so I'm getting ready. It's a different day. I've just been bopping around. I know this vlog is so, maybe it's not even obvious to you guys since you're watching these clips in succession, but I feel like this vlog has been so random and sporadic. That's okay. But I was using a couple of new products. I'm sitting here at my new vanity, which I love. Also, the pigsty that is my room, please just ignore. I'm just thankful it's all like blurred right now. It's so messy. But as I promised, my project is that room, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna go through those maternity clothes. We're gonna clean that area out. But I wanted to throw some makeup on just to kind of be ready for the day. I feel like it's good for my mental health when I like take the time to get ready in the morning. Now that doesn't always mean doing my makeup. Today I'm gonna, but like sometimes like you just don't have the time for it or the desire. But I do feel like taking the time to get into like clothes that are not your pajamas, like I'm still in loungy, like I'm in joggers and a v-neck, but just taking the time to get into real clothes really makes a difference for me. I have a feeling it makes a difference for a lot of you guys too, but sometimes makeup can help that too. Anyway, I'm using the Paula's Choice Hyaluronic Acid and Peptide Lip Booster. It's super comfy. I haven't done a lot of digging in this. I do trust Paula's Choice with like their ingredients though, and so I'm sure this is actually good for the lips versus some lip balms I've tried just aren't, you know what I mean? But this one feels really nice. I've been using it all week and haven't noticed anything weird going on, It says it hydrates lips and visibly smooths fine lines. It looks nice. I mean, it's just come to me. This has been the thing I've been like grabbing for when I've been getting ready. But I also wanted to try this out again on camera because I've had a lot of you guys asking how I feel, and I really haven't used it a lot more since I used it in a video. This is the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. I've used it a couple more times and I've liked it, but I want to use it again and like be able to see it in the camera too, because sometimes things look different in person, and figured it'd be beneficial to show you guys me using it again so you can kind of see how it works. But before we do that, I need to put on a sunscreen. I'm going to use the Tula Protect and Glow. Super glowy sunscreen. I do think this one is to the point where like if you are like someone with oily skin, this is probably not the sunscreen for you. Probably wouldn't be looking for a glowy sunscreen anyway, but I'm excited that I can film here. I usually couldn't do filming while I'm getting ready like when I used to have a vanity because the lighting wasn't bright enough. But like with this, with the little mirror, and if you haven't seen my vanity tour video, did I already say this? I'm losing it. I will link that below because I just did a tour of this and kind of organized it. Linked where this is from. It's from Amazon. Anyway, so I need to let that sink in for a minute and then we can put this on. So before we use the L'Oreal stuff, this is another new product to me, the Smashbox Minimize Pores Primer. They recently sent me a PR package, which actually I was excited about because it's been a long time since I've tried new stuff from Smashbox. And actually, a lot of the stuff they sent wasn't new, but it's just been a while since I've played with Smashbox products. And it's a brand I really do like. It's one of the first like high-end brands I ever tried back when I was first getting into makeup. I've only used this once before, so I'm gonna put this on my nose. When I used it before, I felt like I noticed a pretty nice difference. It definitely is smoothing, a little bit goes a long way, and I don't wanna over blend it because I want the product to be there. And I definitely have a tendency to keep blending and I just need to learn to stop because with certain things, especially primers, it's better to like get it on there and then let it be. I will keep you guys posted on this because I definitely haven't talked about it in a video, but newer to me and definitely enjoying playing with so far. We'll see. All right, so L'Oreal True Match. Again, that might be too much. The dropper does not work very well, if at all. So definitely really quick to blend in. Sometimes these kind of like serum foundations can look weird on the skin. Like I've just been burned by far too many of these thin super liquidy foundations where they just like highlight peach fuzz or just look weird on the nose or whatever. So this one hasn't been like that for me. It seems to be blending in quicker. So that's it with one coat. You can definitely still see my skin. You know, you can still see redness, a little bit of freckles. I don't mind, but if you're wanting to cover, this just isn't gonna be it for you. But it's also one of those products I feel like you can put on and it does even things out, I think definitely a little bit, and it still looks like skin. So you could almost get away with wearing this and being like, no, I'm not wearing any makeup. But it still has more coverage than like the Glossier, I never remember the name of it, but that Glossier product that like, I think it's called the Glossier Skin Tint, but like it absolutely has no, like you can't see it. So there it is, one step. We'll try one more coat just to kind of see. I feel like I'm painting my face. See if we can get any higher bit of coverage. And obviously you could use a brush. I tried this with a brush, I didn't like it. But you can. Again, I feel like I have to say this all the time. Some of you guys are like, oh my gosh, Jessica, we know. I don't like applying foundation with brushes anyway, so I'm already predisposed to not like it that way. I think it maybe covered a little bit more, but not enough that I would feel like I have to go in a second time, because I don't think it's enough of a difference that this would be my doing my makeup quickly for the day just to feel more put together. I think this is really pretty, but like I don't think it's a must-have, but it is nice. Oh, I did want to look at my nose. So it didn't cover a lot of redness on my nose, but it looks nice on the nose. So I think that is a testament to that Smashbox primer because it looks very smooth. So that is convincing me to keep using this because I think it's actually making a difference. That is awesome. So another newer product to me is the Patrick Star One Size Butter Silk Concealer. I really like this. The one thing I've learned as I've used this, you know, quite a bit lately is that less is more. I'll do 3 dots and it's plenty. And typically when I do my typical like just kind of painting it on, it's just a little bit too much. And it's not even that the coverage is too much because I still think this is like a medium coverage, but it's nice and hydrating. But sometimes if you get too much of a hydrating concealer, it's like you can't blend it in. Like it just keeps going back and forth. But with just 3 dots on each, it blends in beautifully with the brush. I use the Sephora number 57. They do have a similar one in their new Sephora line, so I'll link it. I think it's like the same exact thing. It works really well, and I feel like this looks really pretty. And what the L'Oreal didn't cover in that area, this did beautifully. And again, it's like hydrating, so it doesn't look dry. By the way, the eyeshadow, it's kind of washed out with this other mirror, but the eyeshadow I'm wearing is the Flower Beauty Quad and Gilded Lily. I love this. I really do, and I'm so glad I grabbed it back out from my stash because it's just a beautiful everyday quad. This shimmer right here, I had it on my lid, but then I ended up covering it up with other stuff. Is such a beautiful, it's just so pretty. So really, really like this. That is what I have on my, I almost said lashes, eyes. But okay, new mascara from Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Pillow Talk Push-Up Lashes. It's really pretty. I don't know, man. It's really, really pretty. It's got the kind of brush that's like this kind, so you can get a lot. There's like the bare part of it that you can like deposit a bunch of the mascara product, and then you can turn it a quarter turn, and then there's the brushes so you can kind of brush through it with the bristles. It's really pretty. And I feel like because you can use that product deposit part of it, you can almost get like a dark line. I just got on my nose. A dark line right at the base, almost like eyeliner. And then, like I said, turn it and kind of brush through it. The name Push Up Lashes is really good because it really pushes your lashes up. You do have to be, I don't think you have to be crazy careful, but like just be aware of which part of the brush you're using. If you put on too much of the product, it's gonna start clumping because there's just so much product to brush through. And that happened to me literally yesterday, and I just grabbed like a little lash brush. I got at Ulta and just combed through it. It was no problem, but just be aware. But this is one of the fastest, most volumizing, curling mascaras I've ever used. I didn't notice flaking or anything weird like that. Just wow. It's just so like va-va-voom. All right, this is what I mean. Where I don't think it looks bad, but it definitely got clumpy because I wasn't super careful. So I'm just gonna kind of, I gotta look in this mirror, brush through it, and it instantly looks way better. This is the one I love. I've tried so many of these. This one's from It Cosmetics and Ulta Beauty, their lash and brow comb. I can like, it's like, I wanna say $12, worth every penny. You will use it. You will find yourself using it every day. I use it every day. All right, so the other things I ended up using were the Hourglass Loose Powder. I reapplied some of that concealer. I almost said Patrick Todd, the Patrick Star concealer, and I put some on my nose because the more I'm looking at what the L'Oreal True Match Nude looks like on my face, the more I'm like, it just doesn't look good on my skin. Like I feel like it's highlighting little bits of dry patches. It's not covering very much, as I've already talked about. But anyway, just noticing that. But like I said, the Hourglass loose powder, I use the e.l.f. primer infused bronzer. Love this stuff. And then the Milani Romantic Rose blush. And then the Stila Heaven's Hue highlighter. I've talked about, I don't love this shade, but I was really looking closely at this today, and it really does have glitter in it. And so I talked about like maybe I'd buy another shade, but you like actually can see, I don't know if it's gonna show up, little tiny glitter particles. And I don't love that all the time. And so this is one that I'm like, maybe I won't buy another shade in this. I'll keep playing with a little bit more, but this may be something I eventually declutter, you know? So yeah, we need to, now that we're kind of ready-ish for the day, tackle some projects, baby. I know I said that yesterday, but for real today. Alrighty, so we've got my tote here. Let me just kind of give you a little glimpse of what we're working with. So this we just kind of kept in storage. It's got mostly maternity stuff. I just found though, this is like a boba wrap that we used with Genevieve when she was a newborn, so I'll definitely keep that. But all of this stuff we need to go through. Like I said, so much of it is hand-me-downs, which nothing wrong with that. But I definitely am seeing a lot of wear and tear on them since I also wore them for an entire pregnancy. So I think we'll be able to get rid of a lot of this stuff. Another thing too is, I don't know if I mentioned on here, but when I was at Target the other day, they had more maternity stuff out. The last time I'd gone, there really wasn't much, but this time there was like a weird amount, which was great. So I was able to pick up like some different bras, some different like pajama pants, but then some cute like sweaters and stuff. So feeling good about like the little collection I've got. And yeah, so let's just do this. Some of these actually aren't maternity, but they're like super stretchy. So they were great like around this time in pregnancy, and then they can just kind of go below the bump, but then also like postpartum. Because that was one thing I did not think about when I had her, was what the heck do you wear postpartum? So really, like in the end, I ended up wearing a lot of the stretchy over the belly things postpartum too, just because you feel a little more like kept in for a while. Just having like looser tops that were comfier was the move. So I definitely want to make sure I'm like set up for success when it comes to postpartum. These shorts, there's nothing wrong with them. So probably will keep those. I really shouldn't need them a ton, but if I'm pregnant again in the future, I don't know what our future holds, I'll say that. But these are like perfectly good shorts. There's not a ton of wear and tear. So I'm gonna keep these, even though I probably will not wear them a lot this pregnancy. This color, I'm not gonna wear, so I think I can pass that on. A lot of these make me think of my teaching days, because like these were like dress pants, you know what I mean? Dress pants that really fit kind of more like skinny jeans, if you will. The kids in my class when I was pregnant were so sweet and so cute, and the parents were just like lovely. Like, man, it was a great year. Like, I just went out with a bang, man, because I had an awesome class, awesome kids. Oh, so this is a cute top from Motherhood Maternity. I remember like that was one of the few things I placed an order for because, like I said, I had so much given to me, which was such a blessing. But this is actually, I think it's a really cute top. It's kind of ruched there in the bust, but then it's, you know, nice and stretchy. So that is a definite keep. This little, I think it's Jessica Simpson brand, is that what it was? But it's this little maternity suit, a little bathing suit. It's like a two-piece where it's got this and it's super ruched and stretchy. And then just the bottoms. Let me see what size. I got small. Usually I go medium, like with bathing suits. I have a bigger tushy. Medium is the move for me, definitely, at least. Whereas like I would typically wear like a small top and things like that, but the bottoms are a different story. So I'm gonna keep this, but I do need to try it on. But that I think that was the only maternity suit I had. This is the Isabel maternity. I think this is sold at Target. Just like a little sweater. That's cute. I would wear that, like with leggings. That's cute. So I'll definitely keep that. Might separate tops, and I'm a little torn on all of these bottoms. These white pants are more like capris that like flare out, and I just don't like that. So I'm like, am I really gonna wear it? I don't know that I will. So I'm gonna start a maybe pile as well, and maybe I'll like try them on and see how they fit. These two, I'm kind of in the maybe zone too, because they're all like capris, and we're due in, I mean, it'd be technically early spring. So the odds of me really needing a ton of these is slim. But also they have a lot of wear, and I just don't love them, you know? This one was cute. It had like a little bit of like lacy detail, and then there's the tie where you tie it right here so that everything can just balloon out. I love this navy blue, and this worked really well underneath like jean jackets and cardigans, so I'm gonna keep that one. So I'll go through the rest of these and we'll speed this up because this is gonna get super boring super fast, I know. I'm boring myself. This was a shirt I remember wearing for just some picture we took in the backyard. I think it was like 25, 26 weeks, so it was like a nice big bump. And I remember wearing this shirt, and so that just seeing this made me smile. That's all. That's the whole story, but it just makes me smile. I was so innocent. I had no idea what was coming. Oh, and this is like a nursing cover. I didn't even know I had that. And here's another, it was like a nursing robe from the Jessica Simpson brand. And it was really cute. It was kind of like a pretty color green. These all smell so musty. Also, I have to say, I'm almost done and I thought I'd be getting rid of more, but I must have done a really good job of getting rid of before I packed away things I knew were maybe too worn out, because really, I'm not planning on getting rid of much. Like all of these were worth keeping. So I'm glad I must have just pre-decluttered. And a lot of these I packed. They're not technically maternity, but that were like looser that I wore postpartum. And I thought, and I'm so proud of myself here, I thought to put away with this so I would see them and know like, all right, Jess, you're already set up for like that postpartum weird, you know, I don't know, 6 months, whatever, where you're just feeling weird in your body. I don't know how else to explain it. I'm gonna check this project is done. This tote is empty, which is great. I just feel like I can finally breathe. I was able to get the rest of this room cleaned out except for a couple of baby things. Actually, I kind of want to show you. So if you saw my like announcement video, you already saw, or what am I talking about? Not video. I posted some pictures to kind of announce it, even though I'd really kind of already announced that we were pregnant. This little Mickey ears we got in Disney World. So cute. So definitely keeping that. Our friends got us this. If you know Hamilton, you get it. So freaking cute. I love that. So this is one of the only other things I've bought. Isn't that crazy? I love these little sacks. I remember using them like crazy and always wishing we had more of them for Genevieve. So this is great, 0 to 3 months. So we'll get some good use out of it. It's just so cute. And then the only other thing we have bought is this. This was quite a purchase. This was not cheap, but after doing so much research, I was like, all right, we needed a new car seat because the one we had was passed on to us, used, so we passed it on as well. But this is so cool, and every mom that I like watch on YouTube uses this because it's a car seat that has its own base, but then you can pop it out and you just like hit a button, I don't know, and it turns into like a miniature stroller. So instead of carrying a carrier into doctor's appointments and all of that stuff, you at least have this option. So obviously this is not going to replace like a full-on stroller because I mean for that there's different pockets and storage, but for those kinds of things like running into the grocery store, running into the doctor's office, those kinds of things where you'd typically be carrying it, oh my gosh, this is gonna be a game changer. So the one we got is just all black. This is just showing green, but it's all black. I'm so excited. It was kind of sold out, so I pre-ordered it from some random website, but it ended up being restocked pretty quickly. So yeah, wanted to bring that up because it's new. This did not, as far as I know, I don't think it existed when we had her, and I'm so glad it does because this is gonna be such a game changer. Also, I realized I hadn't really updated you guys on the past weekend. So Tyler ran that marathon. He did great. He finished. It was really cold at the beginning of the morning, but it warmed up really quickly and felt so nice. I mean, the high that day ended up being like 65 degrees Fahrenheit, but it started out pretty cold. So we were all dressed pretty well, pretty bundled up, but it was just so fun to cheer all 3 of them on together, and we had some brunch together as girls. And then what else did that weekend entail? Oh, we went to a baptism. We were the godparents for a sweet baby in our lives with our best friends, and that was such a special day and special moment, and so that was just lovely to have that time. So obviously I was not vlogging that kind of thing. This angle is a really good angle, huh? Anyway, so that was kind of our weekend in a nutshell. Now we're like midway through the week. Like I said, I'm just jumping around, but I kind of feel like that is what our life has been like the past few weeks, where we just kind of feel like we're jumping around from like thing to thing, project to project. The good news is I feel like life has felt very normal lately. You know what I mean? We've got plans, but then we also have things we're getting done, errands we're running, but it's also just dizzying, you know? Having this room cleared out with basically just this and like the shell of the crib we need to build is huge, because that means now we can move Genevieve's things slowly but surely in here, because this will be her room. and then we'll have that as the nursery. So I feel good about it. I need to get this laundry done. But yeah, I wanted to update you guys on the weekend because I realized I'm like, I don't think I even talked about like how all of that went, but I was teasing about it earlier. So that is how it went. It went great. It was a really good weekend. Thanks for asking. So we made it to dinner time. It has been a stressful, not stressful, it was a productive day. But you know when you're super productive, you just kind of like by the end of the night, you're like, oh my gosh, like I just need to like chill. So it's dinner time. I'm about to make dinner and it's a 20-minute quick recipe, which I'm thankful for because that's about exactly the amount of time I have mentally left in me, you know? So as I mentioned earlier, this portion of the video is very kindly sponsored by HelloFresh. So the holidays are around the corner. It can be a really hectic time, and we really love that HelloFresh just makes it really simple. It cuts out stressful grocery shopping and meal planning and all that goes with it, so you can spend that time with your loved ones. I also really love that they come with really nice recipe cards for each meal where it breaks everything down step by step. It's super easy. Plus, HelloFresh makes eating well easier. They've got family-friendly options, calorie smart, pescatarian. Plus, they have veggie options every week, and every recipe is packed with fresh produce that's sourced directly from farmers. Plus, like I said, they just make the holidays a little bit easier. Your weekly delivery is made to help you cut back on meal prep and cleanup. Plus, they have these limited edition holiday boxes that deliver everything you need to cook up a family feast with no planning necessary, which is amazing. And their pre-portioned ingredients means there's less prep for you and less wasted food. So HelloFresh isn't just for meals. Their marketplace features a variety of add-ons for breakfast, desserts, and seasonal snacks like their Pillsbury pumpkin cookie dough, which sounds so good. Tonight's dinner is the sweet and spicy chicken stir fry. This looks so amazing and it smells really good too. So if you want to check out HelloFresh for yourself, you can go to HelloFresh.com and use code JBraun14 for up to 14 free meals and 3 free gifts. I will have the link and all of that information down in the description box for you. All right, it is judgment time. This looks so good. I was tasting the sauce and like stole a bite of chicken. It tasted really good. This tastes like something you'd get at a really nice restaurant because I don't know that I make meals like this very often with these kinds of flavors, and it's just really good. Wow, that is so good. And the green beans, I cooked them a little bit longer because I'm not used to making green beans like on the stovetop. That was, I don't know if it's a first for me, but I have not done that very often. And I like my green beans cooked a little bit more. And it's so good in this dish because it doesn't like overpower, but you're still getting a really great veggie in. It's pretty tasty, y'all. I wish you could taste this. So good. All right, next morning. I need to end this vlog because I actually need to send this footage to my editor to edit. It's still awesome to get to say that. And then I've got like some other work and stuff to do. But I actually also just got my hair cut at my, like the hair salon I go to. And I bought a hairspray. I left it in the car, but I bought a hairspray from the Kevin Murphy brand. And you guys know I love the Bedhead Masterpiece hairspray. I'll pop a picture on the screen right there. I've been using that for years, but I kind of feel bad that I never like branch out and tried literally any other brand. Well, quite frankly, anytime I do, I'm disappointed because it's not the same. But she was spraying this hairspray in my hair and it smelled so good. Session Flex, that's what it was called. I know that obviously I bought it at a salon. It's like a salon brand, but sometimes you can find it online or whatever, but it smelled so, okay, it smelled good, but more in the sense of like, it makes my hair smell like my hair just got done at the salon. Cause like, obviously today it literally did, but does that make sense? Like it gives it that like really nice hair care smell and I really like it. Plus it's super, I mean, you can see how like flexible of a hold it is. So wanted to mention that if you can get Kevin Murphy or maybe your salon sells it because so far I'm liking it. I've been eyeing it like every time, so I'm glad I finally bought it. But that is all I'm gonna check out here. Like I'm at the store, let me check out. We actually this weekend, just to kind of update you on our upcoming, I wasn't talking to you, honey. Just to update you on our upcoming weekend, we're going camping in an RV. My in-laws, Tyler's parents own, well, they own an RV dealership. They have, it's been in their family for a very long time, but his parents own a camper and it's really awesome. And so they're letting us borrow it for the weekend. So me, Tyler, and Genevieve, and then our 2 best friends and their little one, and our doggies are gonna go, and we're just gonna camp for a couple, I mean, it's really glamping, because you know, you've got a bathroom and a little kitchen in there and all that stuff, but just a fun little miniature getaway. But of course, the weather's been like unseasonably warm for November, but this weekend, the high is like 30 degrees. I'm like, Of course, but that's okay. Obviously, we've got like the shelter and stuff. So that is what we're gonna be doing. So I actually am gonna be spending the rest of today, after I get work done, I need to film a video and film something for Instagram, but after I do that, I need to go to the grocery store and get some groceries for that to make some meals with, and yeah, those kinds of planning things that I've been putting off, which I need to like actually do now. So, ow. I just feel crazy this morning. I can't explain it. I just feel crazy. Anyway, I love you guys. If you watched this all the way to the end, oh my goodness, thank you so much. And that is all. I will shut up. But if you want to watch some more of my vlogs, I will link my vlog playlist. And I hope you'll subscribe, stick around, watch some more videos, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.